What's your I don't trust people who badmouth their spouses. Anybody who has so little respect for their own life partners makes me wonder if can they respect anybody or anything. Use their astrology sign as an excuse for shit behavior or poor personality traits. Have eyelashes on their car. I don't trust people who smoke crack. Has anyone said this yet? Too lazy to search, but people that don't pay back money they owe you. Hey, sometimes they forget a few dollars and that's understandable, but if it happens more than twice regardless of the amount, I suddenly have no cash on me. Ever. Have more than 2 phones on them. 0 phones are okay, not everyone needs a cell phone, 1 is regular, a lot of people have a phone. 2, okay, so you got a personal phone and a work phone. No problem. 3, they're up to something. Whether it be drugs or cheating. Talk way too much about how awesome they are. I don't trust people who insist on using my name in every sentence. I get the feeling they want to manipulate me or sell me something. It's the kind of shit I bet they learn in Salesman 101 to get suckers to trust them. Say, trust me. Those people who only bother you to get information out of you, or only pop up in your life when it is convenient for them. Also, drug addicts who are too far gone because they are extremely manipulative and will say anything to get you on their side, but all they want to do is drag you down with them because drugs matter the most to them. People who never commit to plans, but make sure they're holding that door open still. They're almost always opportunists who are just waiting for something better to come along. But just in case my plans are better, they don't want to say no. They're almost always going to stand you up or cancel last minute at some point. Ask too many personal questions when I've just met them. How can you trust a man who wears both a belt and suspenders? The man can't even trust his own pants. Always have a reason why something wasn't their fault. Don't wash their hands after using the restroom. Get defensive when questioned. I don't trust people who see the world in absolutes. Claim to be Nigerian princes. Wear a long trench coat with the collar up and big sunglasses. People who take great pains to tell you how honest and Christian they are. Make a mess for the janitor to clean up because I'm giving him a job. Smile too much and call me darling. Experience has shown me that people are always treating me as a child when they do that, and I can expect the same respect they give to a child. Which is, I will respect you until you dare to argue back. Also, I hate people who try to baby talk me or talk to me like I'm retarded because I'm young, look young. I don't trust people who have a story for everything. They're usually always lying to get you to like them. Say my name too many times when talking to me. I don't trust people who pour the milk in before the cereal. I don't trust people who wear those eyeglasses with the fake nose and mustache. They're usually very sketchy, but, alas, not always. Treat animals, homeless people, or servers badly. Don't like pizza. Who doesn't like pizza? Psychopaths, that's who. Don't vaccinate their kids. Have a switch behind the desk that locks the door behind me when I walk in. People who chew with their mouth open. Not only are it's bad manners, but it's downright disrespectful to the ears. I immediately think they're a shit human being or an alpaca, and I'll be damned if I ever trust an alpaca again. People who say, I hate drama, that's why all my friends are boys. No, you love drama and thrive off of it. Anyone who complains they have no money even though they go out to eat or buy random shit they don't need all the time. Like if you can't figure out that the best way to accumulate money is to not spend it, I can't take you seriously. I don't trust people who aren't into music. They exist, and they trouble me a great deal. People that don't use curse words, ever. Eat the steak well done. I don't trust people who make snap judgments about who to trust based on a single piece of information. People that are too kind when you first meet. Case in point, my restaurant's AGM bought candy for everyone, going so far as to make sure everyone got their favorite brand type. He even got a guy a 6-pack of Mountain Dew. He asked me what I needed from Walmart and I thought he meant for the store. I replied nothing and he stared me down and asked very slowly if I needed anything from Walmart, that he was making a trip for other people. I ensured him I needed nothing, and when he came back, he made a point to announce loudly to everyone that if they ever needed anything, they could ask him for it. I feel like he's buying everyone like he's a fucking Trojan horse, and once he is fully in charge of our store, he will start his tyrannical reign. I feel like he's fucking Piscatella from OITNB. Like he's trying to find out who will take his favors so he can bribe them again later. Make their exes sound like villains. I don't trust joggers, they're always the ones to find the dead bodies and nobody ever suspects the jogger. Make sweeping generalizations. I know a girl that is quite kind and smart that will periodically say that every man she knows is a complete idiot. Then me and my guy friends will ask, what the hell did I do to you? And she'll say, I wasn't talking about you, to every single male she knows. People who have too many kids. Up to 4 is fine. But if you have like 12 kids, something wrong with you. I'm a bit late, but I'll post this anyway. I don't trust people who are terrible at responding to texts and phone calls but are always on their phone when you're with them in person. Compliment me a lot. It tends to feel disingenuous after a while and makes me feel like they have other motives. People who pull the phone out when they talk to you as if they want to have it handy to reference for an excuse, text, call, email, etc., to exit the conversation when it suits them. Hate children. I don't mean people who don't like children. I understand that they can be extremely annoying and a complete and total pain in the ass. I get that not everyone can deal with or have kids, that's completely fine. It's people who really hate children. The kind of people who, when a baby smiles at them at the supermarket, they sneer and roll their eyes. Or comment on expecting parents as carrying parasites. Or genuinely find humor in children getting hurt, and I don't mean just falling over or bonking their head or small stuff. I mean kids getting killed and beat and feeling genuine pain. I dated a guy who once commented on my toddler brother being a needy piece of shit. He was literally 2 years old, of course, he's needy, he's not developed enough to survive on his own. And this is coming from a guy who didn't even know how to do his own laundry because he'd just throw a fit and make his mom do it at fucking 22. This will get buried, but I don't trust people who use their authority as an excuse for double standards. My old manager wouldn't let us eat at our desks, but of course, it was alright for him. Tell me other people's secrets before I even really know them. I don't trust people who have to be the loudest person in the conversation. These are self-centered people who will only ever do what they want to, and turn any attempts to do what you want to do into what they want to do. Loud people are controlling narcissists. Are religious yet speaks negative of people who are not as well off. Are completely sure of themselves. They are the scourge of the earth and on the rise, devoid of self-reflection. They self-identify as this and that, like their opinions are indelibly set in stone and true. Beware the person who fully believes anything. People who change when talking to the opposite sex. Flirting for them is being literally a different person, playing dumb and the whole cringy shindig. Don't like animals, like if you can't like living things that don't speak your language and can possibly not lie, annoy, betray you and who are generally upfront with their feelings about you, then something is wrong with you. How can you not like little floof puffs? Heathen. I work with specialized scientific instruments, liquid chromatography and mass spectrometer. I don't trust people who have a PhD. Very smart at their one, narrow, specialty. Utter morons with anything else and very creative at misusing and breaking my toys. I don't trust people who don't like dogs. Start sentences with, I'm not racist, but... I don't trust people who are constantly suspicious of others. They are projecting their own deviousness upon others. They don't understand that most people are decent even when others aren't looking. People who find arbitrary reasons not to trust or get to know people before getting to know them. Maybe a bit ignorant, but I immediately dislike anyone whose religion is the first thing I notice about them from 100 yards away. There are lots of interesting conversations to be had with new people, but navigating the minefield of your faith is just not what I want to do today. I don't trust people that think it's weird that my wife is a housewife. My wife loves her life, and my income more than covers for our lifestyle. If you act strange after hearing that, I just think you're a massively judgmental cunt. People who just whistle casually. I get doing it to a song or using it to get someone's attention, but I find myself treating people who just stroll along whistling to themselves like murders who just have everyone fooled. Are people pleaser. Sure, it's nice at first, and maybe even tempting to think you want to be around someone like this. But over time you see the subtle recalibrations in their reactions, the agreeableness too convenient, and the flattery just a bit too lavish as times. You know by then that this person is just trying to please you. They likely mean no harm. They probably just want you to be happy. But over time you won't take their words as seriously, or their compliments to heart. You begin to wonder if the version they're presenting themselves as is their authentic selves. You then lose trust in the people pleaser, not because they're hurting you, but because they've slowly crafted an ideal image of themselves to your liking, without them being authentic. They aren't being genuine, or real, to you and to themselves. Blame politicians, they don't like for all of their personal problems. Conservative and sick. Oh, must be Obama's fault. Liberal and failing at class. Oh, must be Trump's fault. Live in the EU and unable to afford that fancy British car. Fuck those politicians who said yes to Brexit. I don't trust people who talk about their friends behind their backs. Most likely means they are doing the exact same thing to you. Complain too much. Eventually, they'll make their excuse for something. I don't trust people who treat waiters, bartenders, shop assistants like shit. I don't trust people who crumple their toilet paper instead of folding it. Heathens. I don't trust people who don't trust atheists because they think you can't have morality without religion. Because that tells me those people are focused on reward and punishment, not just on being a good person because you have respect and empathy for others. Always suspecting people of lying to or trying to screw them over. Makes me think you're a liar and will screw me over, so you think everyone is that way too. I don't trust women who only have male friends because they just can't get along with other women. I don't trust people who are always the exception. They are like story toppers but worse. Most people. I loved Thor Ragnarok. This one person, see, I thought it was going to be better than it was. I wasn't that pleased, to be honest. Most people, did you see the new Huawei Mate 10? It looks exceptional. This one person, yay, nah, the iPhone 10 has, insert something trivial, so I would go with that. Most people, but that cost though. This one person, oh, my friend works at this store so got me a really good deal. I was one of the first to get it too. Most people, okay. Anyway, it totally sucks that big concert is sold outright. This one person, oh, do you guys worry about that? I never care about it being sold out. I can always get tickets if I need to. They are just very hard to relate to since they are always different. Are happy in the morning. I swear to God, Linda, if I have to go into the office at 8 AM and see your stupid smiling face, while my eyes look like someone squeezed lemons in them, I'm going to puke. Wear leather baseball hats. I have never met a trustworthy person in my life who wore a leather baseball hat.